Tired of waiting for months just to get compost that barely boosts your crops? There's a faster, smarter way to turn your garden waste into nutrient-rich fertilizer, and it only takes 2 weeks. This method doesn't rely on slow decomposition like traditional composting. Instead, it uses fermentation, a process that rapidly breaks down greens, weeds, and kitchen scraps into a potent liquid fertilizer your plants will love. Gardeners everywhere are calling it liquid gold, and today you'll learn exactly how to make it step by step. Let's face it, composting the traditional way can be painfully slow. It often takes 3 to 6 months for organic materials to fully decompose, depending on weather, turning frequency, and material ratios. During that time, valuable nutrients are lost through evaporation and incomplete breakdown. Worse, if you don't maintain the right carbon-to-nitrogen balance, your pile can start to smell, go cold, or attract pests. Fermentation eliminates all those problems. Instead of relying on air and heat, it harnesses the power of beneficial microbes to quickly pre-digest organic matter. The result? A nutrient-rich, bioactive fertilizer that's ready in 2 weeks with almost zero odor and zero turning. You know, fermentation isn't new. It's the same principle behind making yogurt pickles and even bread. When you ferment greens for fertilizer, you're basically encouraging naturally occurring microorganisms, like yeast and lactobacillus, to break down plant material in an oxygen-free environment. These microbes convert plant sugars and proteins into simpler, plant-available compounds such as amino acids, organic acids, and trace minerals. The end product is a concentrated microbe-rich fertilizer that feeds both the soil and the plants, restoring balance and life to your garden. In just about 2 weeks, you'll have a bioactive liquid that delivers nutrients faster than compost and builds long-term soil health. To make your own fermented fertilizer, you'll need common household items and easily available garden materials. This formula is designed to be simple yet powerful. Here are the ingredients: 5 kilograms of fresh green plant matter. Things like weeds, grass clippings, vegetable leaves, banana peels, spinach leaves, really any non-woody greens work best. Next, you'll need 2 liters of molasses or brown sugar solution, which is the microbe food. Add in 100 grams of dry yeast, or just 1 sachet of instant baking yeast. You'll also need 20 liters of clean chlorine-free water. Rainwater or left-out tap water will do. And finally, 1 large airtight container with a lid, like a plastic bucket or drum, works well. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Step 1. Chop and prepare your greens. Go ahead and chop the greens into small pieces. This increases the surface area for microbial action and really speeds up fermentation. Be sure to avoid using things like meat, oily food, or anything that's been chemically treated. Just stick to purely organic greens, okay? Now step 2. Mix the microbial starter. In a separate small container, mix your yeast with about half a liter of warm water and a bit of molasses or sugar. Give it a good stir and let it sit for 15 minutes. The yeast will activate and start bubbling. That's your living microbe culture right there. Moving on to step 3, combine and seal. In your large drum, add the chopped greens. Pour in your activated yeast mixture, the rest of your molasses solution, and the remaining water. Stir thoroughly to distribute everything evenly. Once it's all mixed, seal the container tightly. Fermentation works best without air, so make sure that lid is well secured to keep oxygen out. Step 4. Let it ferment for 14 days. Store the container in a warm, shaded place. Every 2 or 3 days, give it a gentle stir to release any built-up gases and keep the mixture active. Within just a few days, you'll notice a sweet, sour smell. That's a good sign. It means the microbes are working hard to break down those greens. After about 2 weeks, the liquid will turn dark brown and rich smelling. The solids will settle at the bottom, leaving you with a concentrated, nutrient-packed fertilizer right on top. The fermented mixture is, very strong, so it needs to be diluted before applying to your plants. Here's the dilution ratio. Mix 1 liter of fermented fertilizer with 10 liters of clean water. For application, with vegetables and herbs, just apply once a week as a foliar spray or soil drench. For fruit trees, use every 10 to 14 days around the base. For seedlings, use a lighter solution. That's 1 part fertilizer to 15 parts water, to avoid burning those tender young plants. This fertilizer provides both immediate nutrients and microbial life that, over time, improve soil structure and overall fertility. So, let's talk about fermentation. It pre-digests nutrients, In traditional composting, microbes need oxygen and months of heat cycles to convert waste into humus. But, with this anaerobic fermentation method, the yeast and beneficial bacteria immediately convert plant nutrients into simple organic compounds. These are water-soluble and instantly available to your plants. Instead of waiting for decomposition, your garden gets a direct nutrient infusion. Nitrogen for leafy growth, potassium for flowering and fruiting, and enzymes that enhance soil biology. Another big advantage is nutrient retention. Because fermentation happens in a sealed environment, nutrients aren't lost to evaporation or leaching. You capture everything, even the beneficial gases and soluble nutrients that would normally escape from a compost pile. After just 2 weeks of fermentation and a few days of application, you'll start noticing visible improvements. Darker, richer green leaves showing better nitrogen uptake, faster growth rates, especially in fast-growing vegetables like kale, spinach, or tomatoes. Stronger root systems that resist pests and diseases, increased soil softness and water retention, a sign of thriving microbes below the surface. This is not a chemical fertilizer that gives a quick flash of growth and then depletes the soil. Instead, it builds long-lasting fertility by replenishing organic matter and microbial balance. Keep the container sealed. Oxygen is the enemy of fermentation. If it smells bad or rotten, well, air might have entered. Just add a bit more sugar or molasses and reseal it. The right smell should be mild, sweet, or maybe just a little bit sour, but never foul. Also, don't throw away the leftover solids after straining. They still contain nutrients. You can mix them directly into your soil as a compost booster or place them around plant bases as mulch. If you want to supercharge your mix, you can also add a few tablespoons of wood ash or crushed eggshells during fermentation to boost potassium and calcium levels, especially helpful for fruiting crops. Composting has its place, but fermentation fertilizer gives you speed, control, and efficiency that compost just can't match. In just 2 weeks, you can produce enough liquid fertilizer to sustain your entire garden. It's sustainable, 100% organic, and costs almost nothing to make. You recycle your garden waste, improve soil structure, and feed your crops naturally, all without waiting for months or turning piles every week. It's the perfect method for busy gardeners who want real results, fast. As more gardeners shift towards sustainable methods, fermentation-based fertilizers are becoming the future of organic gardening. They combine the power of microbes with the simplicity of natural ingredients. Every drop of this liquid gold works not just as plant food, but as a soil rejuvenator, breathing new life into tired gardens. Your plants don't just grow, they thrive. Leaves turn greener, stems stronger, and yields higher. And all of it begins from something as simple as fermenting your garden waste instead of letting it rot away for months. The choice is simple. Keep waiting months for compost to mature, or start fermenting your greens today and enjoy thriving plants in just 2 weeks. Fermented fertilizer is nature's fast lane to healthy organic growth. Efficient, powerful, and sustainable. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Growth Hub Central Crops and share this video with other gardeners. Every share helps more people discover natural, affordable ways to grow healthier crops, and together we'll keep turning garden waste into pure fertilizer gold.